that. Some comments.
And it says we're live.
Yeah, lies.
Look at these. I am back. I really like the spiderweb ones, and I really like the sparkles. I think Kelly Grace will look fabulous in these. But we have to turn them on to see what the LED lights do. If they go in circles around them, that would be fabulous.
Apparently, you can stare at the headlights, and the headlights will stare back at you.
Remember when you...
And there went Ian.
Okay, let's get this train wreck going, shall we? As always, if you want to keep your insanity somewhat refrigerated, donate here. If you like coffee, King Harvest Coffee, their geisha blend is excellent. If you order from them, let them know you heard about it here, so send us more coffee, because insanity requires fuel.
And it is good coffee.
It's also insane.
Just because we broke you before we even went on air today.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome, everyone.
Jen's home. She's out of the hospital.
Yes.
And we have our second international guest from Bath, England. So I'm not sure how well he's going to do with American humor.
Wait, we have humor?
Yeah.
I thought that was just us. Off the rails has barely started, as is normal these days.
Yeah.
You have to get it going in order to get momentum to go off
The rails.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody had Nando's.
Yeah, it's definitely tasty.
What did you have at Nando's? I thoroughly recommend the thigh skewers. You want the mango lime or the lemon herb, and get the chip with peronaise for your side.
We were 30, Richard, we were basically 31 degrees this morning, and it was slip and slide on the highways. Chilling at home with your feline nurse. Yeah.
Cauliflower's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that my job today will be monkey whipping.
I give up.
And we're joined by Cedar.
I give up. I'm just going to give up. Sit here and braid the monkey's legs.
Yeah.
He needs 3 in order to braid. You can't braid 2. Oh, he does have 3, and not the other way. Okay.
Yeah, not the other leg. Yeah. And Ian is turning red already. Someone is helping Ian spank the monkey. Yes.
Professional monkey retrieval. Look, you can't braid his legs. And we've lost the ladies.
Wrangling monkeys would be simpler than this bunch, I'll tell you. So,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dawn, if we had to borrow one of your pups, we might get the monkey back. We wouldn't get the screamer back.
Actually, pretty good. Looks pretty good, braided.
Yeah. Hey, Mona Lisa.
Hey, little sister.
What a spot to walk in.
Yeah, right. Of course, you say that about any part of any of our live streams. And so you walked in there.
We should have started it sooner. I mean, I was tying up Courtney. So.
And let the pay-per-view request start.
And David says, I prefer braiding Chalala.
Yeah, better.
Better, yes.
Yeah, it takes three strands to make a good braid, even, Evan.
I never got good at braiding more than 3 strands.
3 strands.
You can do
1,
multiple
2,
strands.
3 strands.
Yeah, that's true, Don. I do have, since we have a number of gun people on here, we have
not ever have gun people on here.
Everybody talks about the latest and greatest in gunfighting technologies. The newest, the flashlight on the gun.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
It said flashlight on the gun.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Light on the gun, period.
Thanks.
Mike Z. Williamson's got the other one covered already.
I was
What do you think the first year was that somebody patented a light on a gun?
1901.
Close. We'll open it up and then 1918. RK, you cheated.
Well, RK's Intel, of course you cheated.
Yeah. J. Mattis applied for a patent in July the 20th, 1917, and it was granted April the 27th, 1920 on a Smith & Wesson top brake for a searchlight firearm. So, yes, they've been around for a while. So, Crimson Trace and all those others that greatest thing since sliced bread? Nah, not so much. All they did is reuse somebody's idea that was 100 years old. What are you doing?
Don't just you keep talking.
It says it's hard to focus while Ian's upbraiding his monkey.
Well, if they wanted to focus, they shouldn't be on this podcast.
Yeah.
He has such a punchable face.
Yeah, April the 18th of 1920, first comment that you give your position away with a weapons light. Yes, Fairbairn was using them in Singapore. He was actually using actual flashlights, however. Yeah, don't ever get in a research war with RK. Yes, we've noticed that, Mikado.
Look, I can hang. He comes with a built-in noose, like most monkeys should.
He looks very satisfied after that.
At least he's not spanking it on camera yet.
This time.
You obviously weren't here last live stream. But part of my look of satisfaction when I found out I could spank the monkey and scream was, and they start giggling again.
Yeah. He tried to play, he did not try to play Jeffrey Tubin, sorry.
Okay, now we have a name for the monkey.
What?
We have a name for the monkey, courtesy of the chat.
A name for the monkey?
Tubin.
Yeah. That works.
He's not smacking on camera. Day ain't over yet.
We're only 7 minutes.
And
in.
Cedar has just retreated to drawing and she's looking down and refuses to engage with us.
Oh, I'll have my moments.
And I don't know how many wasted their time watching the State of Disunion the other night.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize it was on.
You didn't miss much, trust me.
I didn't figure I
I
would.
couldn't miss it because I watch YouTube videos during my workday.
Yeah.
Well, listen to YouTube videos during my workday. And when I was trying to find interesting videos to listen to, all that YouTube wanted me to watch was State of the Union things. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I
I
don't
like the fact
want
that he got
this.
yelled at. So,
Oh, he got yelled at?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Who yelled at him?
He got booed by the entire Republican contingent
Yeah.
And called a liar.
and called a liar because he
Because
said
he
all
is
the
a liar.
Republicans want to do is to kill Medicare and Social Security. Strangely enough, he seems to forget that he actually proposed that for a couple of years when he was a senator.
He seems to forget.
Yeah.
Period. Complete sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, Pfeiffer, that wouldn't have been a bad idea either. Pour bleach in your eyes.
Well, in other news, Jana is back, as y'all probably saw earlier, and has been regaling us with tales of how they eat in Southwest Louisiana.
Yeah.
Apparently, really well.
Now she believes me.
I did not believe you. I just, these people eat and drink, and my check liver light and my arteries were screaming nonstop, but I was not complaining.
Well, I keep telling her that she's in an area, even more so in Louisiana, she's in an area of the country where Jeet Yet is part of the common greeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I came home with 3 bottles to add to the bar.
Oh, Louisiana rum.
Louisiana rum.
I like rum.
Oh, I went to a rum distillery that was, oh my goodness. Okay, and the best part of all this, I was telling the guys earlier, is that they burn the sugarcane fields
Yep.
after harvest.
Uh-huh.
So while I'm wandering around Baton Rouge and Franklin,
the entire air smells of sugar cookies and creme brulee. You know, and they do this right at Mardi Gras. It's no wonder everyone's so goddamn happy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what more could you ask for besides rum and spectacular food and a 2-pound ribeye?
Yeah.
If you want me to follow you home, that's a really good start.
But I
Oh.
like rum. But
Now, sorry, Differ.
what?
She hadn't eaten in 2 days with a stomach bug.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
She and
Yes.
Kermit have been passing something around.
Yeah, Richard, Louisiana does make their own rum, and
They
have-
do, and
They
make
have amazing rum.
they make a very distinctive rum.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like rum, and I'm not dinging Caribbean rum. Caribbean rum is really good. Louisiana rum beats it all. It's
It's amazing.
a different
Different beast.
yeah, whole different beast. It is better, but it's not subjectively or objectively better than Caribbean. It's just different.
It's a different flavor. The cane is. I mean, they have the trucks that are doing the harvest. They like to get them into the mill within an hour of harvest. No knifing the monkey.
Yeah.
Not on my table. Only if you clean up the mess.
Yeah.
So, but no, I got a tour of the rum distillery, and yes, I did get to taste the molasses, which was, oh my god, heavenly.
Yeah.
And got to go look at the oak barrel. I mean, it was yum.
Yeah.
And then way too many cocktails in the cocktail bar, and thank God we were Ubering.
Yeah, Louisiana rum. I discovered Louisiana rum some years back, and it's like Kentucky bourbon, Louisiana rum.
Yeah.
No insult to the Caribbean folks, but those Cajuns know their way around rum.
Yeah. The reason we got Caribbean rum is it was cheaper. You know, when you're paying $4 a gallon for rum, that's all you need to put in the Coke.
$4 a gallon for rum.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Cheaper than gas in the last year or so.
Yeah, Winkle Red, you can taste the molasses in the rum.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it just, whoa. It was amazing. So,
Yeah. Yes, Ubering is definitely a good plan in situations like that.
constant requirement for the entire 5 days I was gone.
Did you read what Kelly just put in the
Yes,
chat?
I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly's bringing mud bugs and Bayou rum. Well, you might as well check me out of the.
Okay, we need those check liver lights that light up.
Oh, now we're going to have to
I might have them.
find a big enough cauldron to cook the mud bugs in.
This is a perfect excuse for me to buy a really big pan.
Actually, I've got one.
We've
I
got one
have
somewhere.
I have a turkey burner, an outside propane burner.
So do I do somewhere.
I've got one
Because
too.
I used
I know
last
where mine
time.
is.
You piece of monkey shit.
Now I haven't fired mine up. I bought it used. I need to make sure that it's
The last time
functional.
Kelly brought mud bugs, we used my. I had a crawfish boiler, and we used my crawfish boiler. But
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've even got the paddle too. 5 more anthologies.
what? Where?
After Fool's Con.
Oh,
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just lie back and think of me.
apparently,
No.
apparently,
No,
My rent.
no.
Think of my rent.
You made it weird.
That's so weird.
Duck.
And now the flying monkey has become a weapon.
It took a lot longer than I expected. frankly.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Jen and Mike were down when we did the crawfish boil down here the last
Oh.
time.
Oh, and I probably should admit this. There were 4 survivors of the crawfish boil. And since they'd actually put up enough of a fight to survive Kelly and us, we went ahead and turned them loose in a creek out here. And I'm not sure we should have done that.
Now, given how widespread the rusty crawfish is, if it didn't already have
Oh, yeah.
bugs, it's yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
No, we did. 4 big ones survived. I don't know how we missed putting them in the boiling water of death,
Yeah.
but they did. They were. We found them in the leaf litter, and they were.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, gathered them up and dumped them in the creek because they were survivors.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
Had some really sad news. Not trying to break the mood, but the death count in the Turkey and Syria earthquakes is now at 19,000 dead.
Not a surprise.
It's it's truly sad, and people wonder, well, how did this happen? When you're living in houses that were built out of mud that are hundreds of years old,
If not thousands.
yeah, and you get two shocks in less than 24 hours, one at 7.5, one at 7.8.
It's an earthquake that hit a highly populated area. 19,000 is
Yeah.
probably.
A 6.4 in an American-built building was terrifying enough.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was in Loma Prieta,
Hmm.
and I was in an 8.1 a month later in Japan.
Oh, scary.
And Japanese know how to build for earthquakes.
Ooh, SpaceX just did a 33 engine static fire test.
And nothing blew up. Yes.
Oh my God. I'm looking at the film of it. It's so cool. God damn. Oh.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd
Oh,
alert.
And
man.
Jesse makes an excellent point. Says code enforcement is a line item on the expense list. Yes. Over here, yes. Over there, no.
Holy shit, Batman. Things. Oh God. I was gonna go by Boca Chica on my way. God damn it.
Yeah, that's actually what happened in Loma Prieta. Up at Golden Gate, was the ground did liquefy because it was reclaimed mud, and it liquefied, and the houses went burp and sunk. People that were getting out through the second floor bathroom windows.
It's an earthquake.
Yeah.
So something I don't know is how prone is this particular region that was hit to earthquakes?
Oh, this is like their fourth or fifth one in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So
we
it's
have
very
had
much
them.
prone.
Yeah, yeah.
It's yeah.
Why did you put those here?
Over there.
He doesn't want to look at the pasties.
Why did you put them here?
I can't see what you're looking at. Well, you know.
Uh,
You want to look at them.
Yeah, they're the I'm sorry. I'm reading down through the comments. Some buildings, yes, they're falling down before they were even completed. China being a good example. If anybody's watched the news lately, and the destruction of the phantom cities in China, mainly because the buildings were unsafe for human habitation.
Jesse, that's what you missed. There. John parked them right in front of me because, of course.
They light up.
You hit those with the right kind of lighting and you'll blind somebody.
That's why I said the headlights will be staring back at you.
Yep.
You put them on, then you click them, and look what happens.
Yeah.
Yes, but they have a name.
Yes, they do.
Becky, I think Loma Prieta, they actually finally decided it was a 7 or 7.1. It was not fun, I'll tell you that. And yeah, AJ, the one in Northern Virginia, I was there for that one too. I was actually at going through a class down at Belvoir, and the building started shaking, and one other guy in the class and myself looked at each other, and we both went, earthquake. And we were out the door, and the professor's going, where are you two guys? And about 5 minutes later, here come the rest of the class trickling out. That was an earthquake, wasn't it? Yes.
On to something a little more cheerful and doesn't involve anything named, and I quote, lit nips, unquote.
So when somebody walks up to you and says, I'm lit, you're going to keep your eyes right on their face.
Anywho, on to other things. Something not turn those things I don't have to look at. Oh, wait, that's worse. That's where the name is.
No, Nancy. It's just the fact that Traveled way too much. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Yeah.
That pertains to the topic, sort of.
Wiener
I-
socks.
The other day, I saw an assertion that I have to take exception to.
Okay.
So there's a thing going around in the literary world that somebody wrote, it is said, and I don't believe it, she breasted boobily across the room. And I'm sorry, but no. Why would someone write that?
That's from Eye of Argyle.
Is it really?
Yes.
What?
Because now
Have-
there's this whole push by the woke literati that no one should ever write, she breasted boobily. And I'm like, you're right. No one should write that.
It's from the first
Why?
book.
Have you ever seen Dolly Parton in the best little whorehouse in Texas?
She did
Okay,
breast
she
it.
breasted boobily,
Very much so.
Yeah.
but no one else in the history of mankind.
Oh,
The
you guys have not experienced Eye of Argyle.
No, apparently we haven't.
He pushed his bowels through a slit in the door.
pushed his what?
What?
Did you say vowels or bowels?
So
I'm not
this is,
sure.
it's a book that was written by a 15-year-old who was trying to be John Norman, and it was submitted to a publisher. It's a very common thing you find on the West Coast conventions. People get a copy of Ivar
Oh,
Gunn, and they
oh,
sit in
oh.
a circle, and they try to read it to the point they are laughing so hysterically they can't keep going. Some people just look at the line they're supposed to read and just hand it to the next person.
Pushing the bowels to the door sounds like something I do.
Okay, so one of the line that got me the first time I read it was, his eyes slid down the front of her dress.
Plopped
this-
onto the floor.
This is what happens if you drink too much.
The entire thing is that way with illustrations.
Oh, geez.
Plop.
It's just he didn't know how to write. So,
Oh,
but
no.
Eye of Argyle is something everyone should experience once.
It sounds like it.
But
I
there's
think-
but there's a movement that's actually pushing that, saying that someone wrote that seriously, and that this is how men see women in fiction. And I'm like, are you nuts? Well,
What?
yes, you are. But
I know what's going into my next book.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to put that in there. I swear to God, I will.
That should be the 50-word story.
Anyway,
As Ray says, casual jiggles.
Hashtag casual Jill. Welcome to our existence.
Oh.
My mom should have a chat about casual jiggles.
David said a friend of his was in a gentleman's club in Los Angeles when they had a report, says the oscillations were intense.
I can confirm that that's exactly what happens.
I don't know if I can write that the lady yeet cow breasted boobly across the room. with her face.
How many
that's
of
my
them?
point. Nobody can.
Breasted
How
would
many
be
sets
plural
of
in that
things?
case.
I'm like, wait a minute. Just the engineering involved in keeping all of that contained.
Yeah, Pfeiffer, I did 2 tours up at Moffat, so I know what you're talking about.
Utterly inappropriate.
Oh.
And there goes the chat. Anyway, on to other things. MarsCon apparently did the honorable thing. Listened to the kids pitch a fit, patted them on the head, and said, "Okay, we're still not changing our minds."
Good.
So MarsCon is keeping Larry on as guest of honor.
Outstanding.
Now, we need to make sure that this sort of intestinal fortitude is rewarded. Oh God, they're doing something.
I think
we're just having a technical thought issue of clothing for uplifted, fluffy yeet cow females about where the
2.
bra actually goes.
2
Are you sure?
positive.
That's not how an
What-
udder is
but that's
constructed.
I
not
don't
where
care.
the udders are.
It's space opera. It's how they're
Are we,
constructed.
are
away.
we only covering the teats? Or are we covering the whole udder?
Or the whole udder. I mean, seriously, it's like
If it's the
and
whole
that's
udder,
a
it's
whole
like a
fitting
giant
challenge for
sport.
uniforms, and where you go with that, you know,
Why didn't I
right?
keep my mouth shut?
Because I mean,
you started it. You got to finish.
remember I talk about believable clothing in your
Yeah.
world, right? So you have to know these things. If you posit this is what you get.
Oh, and furry drawings that have female cows with nipples down their entire chest are wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah.
So
Why did I? Why did I do that?
Because it
I know better. But I went ahead and I ran my mouth anyway. Anyway, back to Mars Con.
I mean, it could be a whole different meaning for fanny packs, right?
She got you with that one. Welcome back, Jonna.
We do need an uplifted cow dressmaker. Looks like I'm gonna get Tuckerized again.
And not the nice kind of tuckerization.
Wallbagger says, milk it for all it's worth.
I love you, Ollie.
And Richard says, you have to support the world building.
And other things. I mean,
Back to Mars Con. We need to support.
It's like running when he's like, seriously.
And Don says, to be accurate, if they don't currently have calves nursing, the udder does shrink quite a bit. So it wouldn't have to be all that big. Oh, CMB says, to the ladies, try watching Blackadder 2, Nursey's costume in the last episode.
I was actually thinking about that, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and Jonna said she was thinking about that already.
yeah.
Mars Con one more time. Okay.
Holder, holder. Good one, RK.
If they're boulders, that means they got the wrong silicone
Yeah.
plant. So
We need to support this sort of intestinal fortitude.
support.
So let's make sure. That we make next year's Mars Con the most fun they've ever had.
I won't be
With
there,
us
but y'all have
around, I
fun.
mean,
Well, I mean, we need obviously let's just not go there.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
We need traveling trebuchets, and we need the pack of flying monkeys.
yes. Oh, we're working on those traveling trebuchets. You can send samples here so we can try them out at other cons, but we need them by Mars Con.
Okay.
And Kelly says if the yeet cows are bipedal, evolution and that's necessity would be to require the udders to move further up to nurse a bipedal calf.
Thank you. Done.
But they're still short when they're little.
Yeah, Ray, it's too close to an offer.
I hate that world already. I haven't even finished building it and I already hate it. I'm just
This does not count as a Three Moms to the Apocalypse broadcast.
It does not.
You heard it here, folks. And this does not count as a Three Moms of the Apocalypse broadcast. They get much worse.
we were restrained.
We were restrained yesterday.
Of course, we didn't have Jonna, so
I wasn't there. They actually got to be serious and everything. So
Restrained.
For versions of
No,
restraint.
That was earlier today when I tied up Courtney.
I knew she was going to go there. I knew it. I knew it. Mhm. Space Moggies. That's a Rita thing, and she's currently home being sick. She got the upper respiratory thing. Thought it was she thought it was allergies. Turned it wasn't allergies. I've got to quit looking at the goddamn. I've got to quit looking at the comments.
Welcome to the to the live stream where the chat is more fun than the stream.
Every time I get my glow sticks under control, I look at the chat.
Yeah, Richard, I understand. 3 cons in 2 months is a little busy. Speaking of busy, we're tuning up for a outlaw barbecue competition Saturday at the American Legion I'm a member of. And we have been working yesterday, today, we'll be working tomorrow. In addition to Saturday, obviously, with the barbecue. And we're looking at between 25 and 30 cooks showing up.
you don't have to do that now.
And we have a bunch of vendors that are showing up. And we made the mistake of, actually, we didn't, somebody else in the post made the mistake of saying, oh, well, we're going to feed the cooks Friday night. It's like, we are.
It happens.
So we went to our local butcher shop and went, help. So he donated 4 pork butts for us.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So we will be smoking pork butts tomorrow. And we're going to do 2 of them with Tony Shasher's Creole season,
Okay.
which should be rather interesting.
I'm not listening to them, so go right.
I couldn't hear what they said. so-
Good. I'm
Oh.
signing contracts, so
Smoking pork butts would be a great name for a band.
That's possible.
Country metal band.
So then we were. Oh, I'm sorry. John, it is going to be Saturday, the 11th
in Itchy Paw.
in Itchypaw, yeah, at our American Legion post. But we also have apparently been rooked into cooking breakfast on Saturday morning for the cooks.
That's because you didn't show up to say no.
And so we're probably going to get out of there about 8:30, 9 o'clock Friday night and have to be back in there at 5 o'clock Saturday morning, which means no sleep or very little sleep. But we will get it done. And we decided we're going to build our own burritos. Do the same thing we did for Fool's Con,
Mhm.
which reminds me, we need to get that set up.
Yes. Okay. Put
Uh,
that on my list.
Yeah, I'm doing, well, actually, as of now, oh, time of day. Am I missing stuff? I must be missing stuff. The cook-off we're going to do chicken, ribs, and brisket at, I think, 2, 3, and 4 in the afternoon. There'll probably be a beans one around noon. And we tried to get one for some kind of desserts. I don't think that one came through. Well, we had our first cook showed up today from down in Lubbock. Big trailer, comes backing in. He's got a low tire. And the first thing he says, I just bought the damn tires and rims yesterday in Lubbock. Like, well, dude, you got one that's going flat. Sure enough, had a screw in it. Whoever put those damn lug nuts on ought to be taken out and shot. It took 2 of us on a 4-way with a pry bar to break the damn things loose. And had one of the guys not had a banana in his truck, we never would have got that trailer up to get them off.
Somebody went way too many ugga-duggas on the impact wrench.
Either that or it was a 250 impact wrench and he never reset it. Well, we finally got it off and he got him hauled off to the tire store. Yeah, they used all the ugga-duggas.
Mhm.
Yeah, Andy, we're hoping we can get the tire and wheel back on for him to get back to Lubbock. Yeah. So it was ugly.
Okay.
Actually, Victor, I don't know where he went. I actually don't remember him saying, but he was not happy. Don, those portable ugga-duggas work well, except to get 6 lugs off, we went through 2 batteries on a full-size Ryobi
Mhm.
to finally get them both backed off after we broke them loose.
Yes, because somebody with way too much
Yeah.
time cranked a 250 impact wrench all the way up and used
Yeah.
all the ugga-duggas.
Yep.
Okay, so just signed contracts for Cedar and Sanford for Ghosts of Malta
And postcards.
and postcards
Postcards from Mars.
and postcards from Mars. Okay, so those are coming out. Cedar's got her second
PTSD
PTSD
anthology
episode coming out
on
it-
Valentine's Day.
on Valentine's Day, and since it's the 7th, that means you got a week.
Yeah.
The 24th, we're doing the first Space Cowboys.
Yep.
Yep.
Contracts have been sent. I have 2 more I have to send out because I screwed those up. So
Contracts have gone out for Space Cowboys and Ghost of Malta too, right? Because I just signed one of them. I hope you sent them out.
No, that's
That
not
was
Malta.
a-
That's
that was
Cowboys.
An error in there. I mean, used the wrong template.
Since I do read my
Yeah,
contract,
it's wrong.
it's wrong.
I'm aware it's wrong.
I sent out 30 in, yeah. There are a couple they got wrong, so I have to fix them. Because, and they know they're wrong. Everyone caught them. This is why you don't do this in weekend.
Richard, that's when I'm gonna call
Sleep
somebody
deprivation. It's a
because I
horrible
know I can't break loose a tractor trailer tire, lug nut. Ain't no way in hell.
thing. No.
Yeah. Contracts. David Box says contracts for But Not Broken and Space Cowboys have been received, signed, and returned.
Outstanding.
Thank
Good,
you,
good,
sir.
good, good.
Yeah, I think I have everything back as far as contracts for But Not Broken, except for I'm still actually waiting on a story, but somebody had major surgery and I cut him a lot of slack and we're
Yeah.
working together on it.
Cool.
So,
Oh, speaking of major surgery, I will be missing starting next week for 2 weeks. Youngest daughter finally got a second opinion on her separated shoulder, and the doctor went, "Oh hell yes, you need an operation." When she called me last night, it was going to be a month and a half out. She texted me today and said, "Oh, they're doing it next Thursday."
oh,
California month and a half and Texas month and a half are two widely varying time spans.
Well, as it turns out, the guy doing the surgery is an ex-Navy doctor who worked with Team 3,
I'm sorry.
which means it'll get done right and quick.
In other news, I have a copy-proofed manuscript for
hot dog.
Law Dog files.
Pick one, anyone.
It's good to have memories walking around the building with you.
Well, the reason I
'cause-
knew is because I got an excited text.
So I have a cover and I have the copy-proof manuscript for the Law Dog files for the re-release. I'm going through and fixing some stuff. I'm hoping to be happy with it ish on Sunday. So starting from Sunday, we'll see what happens. Let's see. There's something else I was doing, and I have no idea what it was. Close to it. Pasties. You still got Twisted Tropes, right?
Yep. And I'm waiting on somebody who's not on here today to give me his story. Brennan.
Okay. Brandon got himself a job, so he may be a little busy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm going to have to do this without you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well,
Okay,
I'm sure we
you
can
have
arrange
help.
No.
stand-ins.
That's not where.
No,
That's not where
I
we're
don't
going.
really want to talk to the VA right now.
That's not where we're going. I don't have access to Jim's YouTube, so this Life of Blanket Fort will be on the North Texas Troublemaker YouTube channel for the next 2
Yeah, 2 weeks. Sorry.
2 weeks. It'll be on. If you're used to seeing it here, it won't be here. This is Jim's web YouTube page. I don't have access to it. I don't want access to it. So Life of Blanket Fort will be on the North Texas Troublemaker YouTube channel. So update your calendars for the next 2 weeks. Okay, guys?
Yeah. Sorry about that, but I got to go help her.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and 2 full-size gold retrievers. Yeah, we'll throw the link in there, Pfeiffer.
I hear clicking, so I think John is probably doing that as we speak.
Doing what?
Tappity away on the keyboard.
And tapping on the keyboard, but not about that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have the link up. I
We will have the link to the North Texas Troublemaker YouTube channel sometime.
Somebody will do that.
But the next,
Somebody just throw it in the chat.
but the next 2 weeks, Life of Blanket Fort will be there, not here, because it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jen, the problem was the original surgeon that looked at it went, "Oh, well, you're 40 and you're a little overweight, so I'm not going to operate on you. And you have CRPS in your foot, so I'm definitely not going to operate on you." And believe it or not, our hip surgeon, when she went up for a checkup, took one look at her and went, "What did you do to your shoulder?" And she went, "I think I dislocated it." and he ordered the MRI. Hip surgeon ordered the MRI on her shoulder, got it done, referenced it to a buddy of his, who, as I said, turned out to be an ex-military doctor. And she had her appointment yesterday and is getting surgery next week. And I'm trying to figure out if I can afford a lawyer to sue that first motherfucker for malpractice.
It's California. What are your chances?
Yeah, not good. But the interesting part is apparently this second doctor has heard of the first doctor, and he does not like to do surgery if he has a potential to fail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting outlook on your job.
Yeah.
I might fail, so I won't do it.
Yeah.
That's interesting outlook on things.
Yeah, so I got to remember how to do homework for first and third grade, Ben. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, Lord, gym and Common Core math. The rants will be epic.
No, because I will take that shit, wad it up, and throw it out the door and go, okay, now let me tell you how you do this. Actually, I already got Chase in trouble for that once
It happens.
because I went, that's stupid. Just do this.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, my one of my expert witnesses, Chuck Haggard, went on a rather well-known law enforcement podcast and had things to say about the DA's office in Wichita County.
And which podcast was that?
Yes, I want to look this up.
Hang on a sec. I don't remember. You had to ask me the complicated questions. Hang on. Way too many people. Way too many people. TacticalWire.com. It's actually that's you want to go to Off Duty On Duty Podcast, episode 95.
Tactical what?
Practical Wire
TacticalWire.com. But
of Off Duty On Duty.
the actual podcast itself is called Off Duty On Duty. That's the actual podcast. And it's an hour podcast, and he has some really interesting things to say about the Wichita County DA's office.
Yeah.
Woo! And law enforcement training in general, which is type that into the chat, please.
I will
Seriously?
put a link somewhere.
Hang on.
I can do it.
Oh no, I can. I actually
Throw a link up on Troublemakers page. That'll work.
I
I
can do
actually
that.
have a.
Yeah, Victor. John Van Stry got told that after his surgery that he just had on his shoulder, that he was going to need a replacement sometime in the near future. So John was kind of like, okay.
Hang on a second. All I want to do, copy URL. There we go.
Yeah, I can believe that, Andy. Given a ballistics problem, the guy students loved it. The teacher was less than happy. The guy students loved it.
Shut
the
up.
teacher was less than happy. Whoops, sorry. No, Ben, it's actually going to be in Lone Star this time because we have Mustang's a little too small now.
Yeah, it's been in Lone Star the last 2 years.
Okay, but it's not showing up in the chat anywhere.
I don't know how well links go into the chat. I dropped the link into the North Texas Troublemakers group on Facebook just now.
It's in North Texas Troublemakers on Facebook.
We have got to come up with something that's not Facebook for the people that don't do Facebook.
Yeah, well,
Honestly, I think I kick Facebook to the curb.
You need to revive your blog.
Yeah, and post something once in a while.
Both of you? Seriously?
Yes,
Yes.
this is not the first time we've had this conversation.
Say
You're
you're not wrong.
surrounded.
Man, it's 4-on-1 here.
Get off your ass and do it.
That was a really nice thing that you wrote about the water. Even if you just took that one comment, that would make a blog post.
It's just something I threw out there.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. And you're right that most Americans don't think about water.
They don't.
Yeah, Ben, it's either Jellystone or Coyote Ranch, whichever one you want to call it.
And
But
if
it's
you really want to be nice, throw out the little thing about water and link to some of Alma's posts on water.
Oh,
Because the woman gets
the almonds. I mean, if you want to talk,
heated. So there you go. Use your blog as a platform to drive traffic to Alma's blog.
that's the point. I can do that.
More like 40-1, Joel says.
Joel, seriously?
Thank you. Yeah, I've got a site over on, I've got a MeWe site too.
I have MeWe, but I got on MeWe and I got Zip Squat for interaction.
Yeah. Yeah,
MeWe's-
that's the
MeWe's
problem.
Just not a good. It's not good for interactions.
No,
Yeah.
MeWe is just really, really quiet. I'm finding I'm playing with Twitter again.
Yeah.
Well, for the first time. I'm not saying anybody else has to do this. I occasionally approach these things as an experiment,
Yeah.
a literal marketing experiment of what happens if I push content and see if I can drive some interactions. So on Twitter right now, I'm doing things like following orchid people
Yeah.
to try and broaden my base of what I do, because I don't want the same echo chamber on all the social medias.
You should, Kelly. Needs to rev up ambulance driver files again.
Yeah, and I really think that the blogs are a good way to. They're much better than social media because you can come back to a post years later.
Yeah.
I do this
Well,
all the time.
Not only that, but I don't consider blogs to be social media.
No, they're not.
My big issue with social media is the fact that social media is designed purposefully so, I think, for short bumper sticker, emotionally driven.
Yeah.
Which is where the blogs come in, because you can use your social media to draw people to the blog where you're actually discussing things in a more in-depth form, and also because it's permanent and social media is not.
No,
Um,
and I was
Yeah,
John,
Don, you're another one. You need to post once in a freaking while too.
Dawn should be
Yeah.
posting about the whole setting up for new chickens things. She should be posting about dog training.
Yeah.
She dumped a ton of really great information on dog training in the Discord chat when we were helping a lady who's scared of dogs and her
Yeah.
husband was about to bring home a dog.
And
So,
that's where a blog is good for that.
yeah. So these are really great information. We have all these people that
Yeah.
know all this really great stuff. And if you don't have a blog and don't have time to start one and don't want to, we'll guest post you.
Yeah.
We'll put you up on one of our blogs.
one of the things that amuses the hell out of me is Substack, because I get all these. John has sent me a Substack article earlier, and back when Substack got started, and within the last couple months, you need to go to Substack. Substack is the new paradigm for. It's like it's a blog.
Yeah.
Substack is a blog.
It's a newsletter, blog, whatever
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I've followed Nikki on it, and I follow a couple of other people.
Nikki's fun.
Yes,
Nikki,
because-
Mona Lisa, I forget who else I follow.
Nikki
I
and
only-
Mona Lisa and
Tom Knighton.
Yeah, Tom Knighton.
Knighton's worth following.
yeah, Tom Knight. That's the three that I follow on Substack.
But here's the
I do
thing
it
with a
because I
blog,
was-
with Substack, any of that, what you have to have
Yeah.
is interesting content that people will come to look at.
Oh, Mona Lisa just made an excellent point. Social media throttles anything that takes the audience elsewhere.
Yes.
which is why I'm seriously considering just kicking Facebook to the curb.
Yeah.
Don't. Because here's the thing, there are tricks you can do to get around the algorithms. I've been using them to experiment to see what works and I can see it in the traffic to my blog with sharing links in different ways. One of the good ways to do it is to put up an image and then put the blog link with it. And then you share it and it comes across as a link. And in my case, because I have Facebook and Instagram tethered together, so when I post on one, it posts on the other because I'm lazy. I don't have the time to
Yeah.
do all this. So then I've got that link in both places where people can just click and go.
Yeah.
And the algorithms don't throttle that because it sees it as an image. And images are boosted.
CMB, that is the Nikki who used to blog at Victory Girls.
Yeah, in
Yes.
Liberty Zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liberty Zone and Victory Girls.
Yeah.
Um,
The other thing to do is to put up an engaging comment or a question and then put the link in the first comment.
Yeah.
Problem with that is that the way Facebook does things, they'll often hide comments.
Yeah.
so people don't realize there's a link there to look at. That's why I've been
Oh, yeah.
going to the image trick.
I did a experiment earlier when I was stressed and bored, which is not a good combination for me. Stressed and bored, stuff explodes. And I did identical posts on both MeWe and Facebook for marketing purposes, and I got on MeWe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got zero interaction from MeWe, and I did get some from Facebook, but I'm tired. I'm just tired of Facebook. I'm tired of some basement dwelling, stopped up gnome deciding that something I posted 12 years ago violates their ever changing code of conduct, and I get hammered again.
Yeah.
And I understand that, and it really is frustrating, but unfortunately, it's still a powerful marketing tool.
Yeah.
And the fact that their little gnomes apparently don't understand context
Their little gnomes are located in Pakistan,
or
Yeah.
hyperbole.
and they barely understand English. So they learn nuance.
Speaking of which, apparently one of the Meta, whatever you want to pronounce it, content checkers in Kenya is suing Meta for psychological problems and PTSD from what he had to view on
Oh, Jesus.
as
So
a
here's-
content provider.
So here's my thing with Facebook,
You should stay off OnlyFans.
which is that I watch people getting booted off Facebook for sarcasm.
Yeah.
I had to leave a group on Facebook that was supposed to be for yard sales here in Tiny Town.
Yeah.
And what it was every morning when I opened up Facebook, the first thing that would be a video that had been shared into this unmoderated group that was goats engaging in carnal acts.
Ah,
And no, I'm not kidding, Ian.
Only farms.
yeah.
Oh, so I had to leave this group because shanking someone for coffee is not okay. But goat only farms is fine with Facebook.
Yeah.
So I can absolutely believe this poor guy in Kenya was angsty over not getting his.
Kelly goes, a good goat will do that. Kelly, stay. Now, Mona Lisa made another point. Substack is not SEO dependent like blogs. What I did is I went off Blogger, 7 years ago.
Yeah,
And a friend of mine maintains my website on his servers, plural.
yeah. I left Blogger about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
I think, because that's where I started back when I was just doing a mommy blog.
Yeah.
16 years ago now.
Yeah.
But you still have the discoverability issue.
Oh, yeah.
No matter where you are. And that is, you've got your slow organic word of mouth movement.
Yeah.
You've got the lightning in a bottle, something goes viral, and that can go in bad directions, as Ian can testify. And SEO is actually a thing. My blog benefits from SEO because I blog on such broad topics.
Yeah.
That I get people searching for random recipes and they
Yeah.
wind up at my blog. And then suddenly I'll see on a day ripping through, reading a whole bunch of random stuff. And I'm like, oh, someone new found the blog.
Yeah.
So
Well, I get about 3,000 discrete hits a day.
mhm. Yeah, your blog's much more active than mine, but I haven't been good about keeping mine updated on a
Yeah,
regular
I
basis.
brought mine back up and it exploded. Mm.
Well, that was a special case. The funny thing is, all the years I've been blogging, which is I guess 15 years now. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
has it been that long?
Time flies.
15 or 16 years. The most popular ever post that I did, believe it or not, was bad puns.
I can believe it.
That had more hits than any other post I've ever done.
People like the funny stuff.
They were not funny. They were just bad puns, period.
I will spend a week writing a research article with bibliography and sites
Yeah.
and references and put that up on the blog. It's nothing.
Oh yeah.
I put up something silly. Today's was a cat chat GPT. It's an AI where you type in something and it responds to you with meows.
One of the most popular people on YouTube is a hoof trimmer from Scotland.
Yes.
Okay, it's fun to watch the farriers though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Or
Why?
guys from Australia who do dad jokes.
Why did I
Guys who do
mention
dad
Only
jokes are
Farms?
hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Why did I mention Only Farms?
That's the next anthology. Only Farms.
No, I mentioned Only Farms. This shows up.
You do it to yourself.
When you say it out loud, your phone will hear it.
Yeah.
Y'all are sick.
The hoof go is fascinating.
Hoof GP, yeah, Hoof GP, and he's a Scottish guy that trims cows' hooves.
Only Farms of Malta. And CMB says, Rule 34. Yes.
No kidding.
Uh,
Only Space Cowboys.
Save your
Y'all
horse, ride a cowboy.
And the score is Cedar 1, Ian -0.
See, we referenced this on the broadcast, which is that sometimes it's fun to see if we can break you guys.
We've noticed.
And you would think after
I've
all this
noticed.
time, you would have at least gotten an idea of what was going to come out of our mouths.
Oh, that's never been a question.
Nope. Nope.
It's
Nope,
just
nope, nope,
sometimes
nope,
the
nope.
phrasing.
Phrasing.
Yes.
Phrasing.
Oh, RK, no question. The women will win. Yes. Goat Farms of Malta, the unexpired version.
And I've got to do this. I'm going to need to find a co-host for Tuesday.
It's not like nobody lives here.
Yeah.
Courtney, what are you doing Tuesday?
I will be in Utah.
Son of a bitch.
I can always send Sanford over here.
It's not like I won't be here.
Oh, you will.
I am apparently just chopped liver. I'm just a fixture of the building.
Well, you keep disappearing for weeks at a time.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
No, I'm the next one taking off. So I'll
She's
be in
next.
Utah.
And we're gonna put her schedule on the wall so you guys
Thank
know.
you.
Don, the problem with quail and bob whites is there's a hell of a lot of work for not much meat.
Oh, there was a lovely recipe for quail in couscous in that Moroccan cookbook I just got.
Yeah, but the sucker's that big when you get done with it.
Oh.
I need to go head up. I need to.
Oh,
Touch.
sparkles.
What? Only sparkles?
We need more ladies in bikinis chopping wood.
Is Sarah Singleton on here? Did she ever figure out how to poison Spurgle?
Got out.
No, Sarah's not on here.
Because
It's
we were talking earlier in the
3
Discord.
o'clock in the morning, her time.
My
Yeah.
lawyer requires I say no to that question.
We were talking about poisons and plant poisons with Sarah earlier in
Yeah.
the Discord. So.
We're getting demonetized 8 differently.
We've never been monetized.
I know.
And
And
the-
chances of it are just nil.
And Jesse says, some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the dealer of love. Some people call me Maurice.
Maurice.
Maurice. Because I work in the farmyard of love.
I'm just gonna say that Jesse needs to get out more.
Yes.
I'll say the story he sent in for Space Cowboys should have come with a drink warning. And he knows why.
Mm.
And I'll write him, I know where he lives.
Differ, you got to be shitting me. $8 a dozen for quail eggs. They're that friggin' big.
About
No,
right.
they're about that big. They're tiny.
Wichita Falls DA's office. These are their stories.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Spurglements. When you're used to disappointment. Or is I have found my voice actor for be doing the Spurglements commercials because when we do we do this little play, each segment will be introduced and closed by Spurglements, and I found the actor, and I knew he was the one when I was explaining to him we needed a voice actor to do Spurglements, and I said, Spurglements, when you're used to disappointment. And he looked at me, dead in the eye, and said, Spurglements. Oops, sorry.
Uh, and on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time. Yeah, differ. Yeah, the Hispanics like to use the quail eggs, and I've never understood why.
They've gotten very popular in certain hoity-toity cuisine circles, which is probably why they're running $8 a dozen now.
This is I don't eat hoity-toity cuisine.
Yeah.
Because there's just enough on a plate to piss you off.
Yeah, the Hispanics that I knew growing up were wanting duck eggs because they were bigger.
And duck eggs are fantastic
Yeah.
for baking.
They're really
Yeah,
good.
because they had to feed a family of 7.
Allow me to introduce the ostrich egg.
Yeah, feed a family of 22.
No kidding.
Yeah, but it's $60 to buy an ostrich egg, well, at least in Ohio. I haven't priced them here.
I used to be able to get them for free. And never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's. I loathe pickled eggs. Not a big fan of pickled eggs.
Which
And
has been a running joke for how many years now?
Jim likes to stop and get me pickled eggs because I feed the trash pandas. I call him the god of the trash pandas because every time he gives me pickled eggs, some raccoons somewhere go, "Oh my god!" when they get to the range and find exploded pickled eggs everywhere. He found me pickled quailed eggs. It's like, why the hell?
I bought pickled quail eggs at Uranus Fudge Factory.
And on
We're
that
done.
note,
We're done. We're done. We're done.
Does actually exist, by the way, folks.
That doesn't make it any better.
It's on Route 66.
Y'all have a good weekend and be safe. And whatever you do, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe and stay away from Uranus Fudge Factory.
They
Bye.
have good fudge.